All right, here we go. It's the 20th of February, 9/20. It's not. It's May. The Old Bailey Defendants. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm Ryunosuke. Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? I don't know. You're a freaking defense attorney. And Susato, I remember her. We are on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court procedures here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court. And it could be life-changing or life-ending. As a knee slapper. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Well, I mean, it's research. Even if bad things happen, it's still research, bro. Oh, well, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Good morning! Oh wait, is it it's him! Stupid eyebrows. What's his name? Oh yeah, Mr. Natsume. Good morning. I don't like how twitchy he is. Trying really hard to pretend he's British. Oh dear, are you all right? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. But I really don't want to catch a worm. And so I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. Why did that have to be in red? And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. All literary people take things so literally? I don't think so. I think this man's just insane. Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. Yeah? I wish I had 9 lives! My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. But you're trembling right now. Really? Because I can feel the tremors on the floor. Yeah, come on, man. I can't do this. I can't take it. Although, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? Can you just call me, not all of that? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Well, pressure's on now. Do you know why that might be, Miss Susato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo. I have no idea. So that all-knowing look on your face is just coincidence, then, is it? What, did you spread it around? Amazing Japanese defense lawyer takes on crazy case? Don't hide the truth from me! It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Lord Van Zeeks? Oh yeah, I forgot, the vampire man. Is that right, Miss Susato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could find this morning, and yes, Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. I knew it! Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Huh? Oh yeah, there he is! That man. Wait, I can't tell if he has a scar or he just has a very furrowed brow. The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeeks' return to the courtroom after a very long hiatus. That man! I remember the cart! Okay, there was something about a cart and a murder, and that rich man, Magnus McGilded, is actually a douchebag, but we absolved him of guilt for that specific caper. Oh, it's coming back. But yeah, he was just he was very holier than thou and just an asshole, really, when it all came down to it. Oh, Magnus McGilded. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here than in the capital than today's. Well, we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon for what appears to be a mundane murder? Mundane? It's a murder! It's not mundane. It's important. That's the question the papers are asking, and they are all speculating various answers. Mundane! Mundane! It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us. Yeah, exactly, because otherwise you'll die. Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it. Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention, but there's another blatant similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. I don't remember what it is. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! Oh yeah, because I'm the defense attorney man who... Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers, usually. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Thanks for that. No, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive. I don't think that's true. I'm not very lucky, but I'm sure there's worse. Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student new to London with little in the way of experience or skills or luck. But I promise you this, I will fight your corner until the bitter end. And I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquiress. Is that a thing? I am in your debt forever! I shall never forget. Okay, fine. Mr. Natsume, counsel for the defense. The court session is about to begin. Kindly make your way into the courtroom at once. All right then, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go. Yes! Okay. Oh boy, how is this gonna go? I don't even know. I don't remember the evidence. Oh yeah, court record. What do we got? My armband, a local map, and a secondhand book. That's it? That's all we've got? Okay, so it happened on Briar Road, across from Meerschaum Street. There's Calabash Road over there. Magnifying glass. Okay, well that doesn't help at all. Secondhand book receipt. Sum of 2 shillings tendered in receipt of picture of Monsieur Lecoq. A meal for Gaboria. Oh, Canterbury Yearnings. That's something I can read. That's it. And my armband. Is there anything on here? Oh, what is that? Oh, because this is, oh, I can't find anything out of place. Yeah, because that's, I remember my friend. People. Who have I met? Okay, there's Susato. Oh yeah, Mr. Strongheart, who seemed to not take us seriously. Tobias Gregson. Yeah, Detective Inspector. Natsume. Oh yeah, Wilson, the inventor. Miss Garadeb. Mr. Garadeb. Okay, because I remember, yeah, she like attacked him and there was like something going on. He was talking about a war or something, I don't know, and the Herlock Sholmes. That's it. Oh goodness, I'm armed with as little knowledge as possible. That's cool. This is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom, and my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma, because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. I don't know, man. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Are you? Are you though? I don't know. February, 10 a.m. Old Bailey courtroom. Oh gosh, it's all of these people. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. That's so dumb. The prosecution is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. Stop with the shakiness, bro. Are you? The Nipponese are a truly fascinating breed. That's racist. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago. A mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Wow, what is... Okay, so now we're 2 for 2 for, like, kind of racist bigots. Like, I'm sorry, the guy in Dual Destinies just sucked. I didn't even care when they were like, oh, but it was because he was a victim. I'm like, no, this guy was just a straight-up dickbag. Oh, gosh. The racism, it deep. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Cesaro-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Stop drinking your wine blood, sir. You're not allowed to have that. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have that. Very true, and a most fascinating, if dark, trial it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate, violent end. Oh yeah, because he got killed, I think, right? Well, order, court. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in fine fettle, even though they're arguing with each other like school children. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Who are you people? Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. Oh well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. Are you? Oh, it's you. I know you at least. I'm afraid to say I think it's quite possible that Mustache Foreigner did the deed. Racist. Hello? Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. It's alright. Didn't quite catch that. Well, very well. Let us proceed. That last man couldn't hear what you were saying, sir. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Manzeeks. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. Or is it Natsume? Well, I guess if I say it too wrong, Ellie can just jump in here and be like, suck at Japanese. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, this student is accused of a most sinister act. Is he? Hey, you can't keep throwing those! Of plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. Knife crime? I can tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst bloody oath they are. Was that guy in the last jury? I don't remember him. Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's the one of those dreadful Japanese. What? Wow, what the fuck? Come on, let's get this over with. With me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Oh, I feel like Oh, the joke. It's strong with this man. Pray forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. You've already smashed like 4 of them, I feel. I can't remember. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. Your name and occupation, please. Oh, yeah, hello. Oh, yeah, he loves his snacks. Wait, does it say what his snacks? Oh, yeah, he loves fish and chips. He always has, like, a little paper full of fish and chips. Hey, what's going on, Dixies? Okay. Wait, do we have Mr. Yeah, prosecutor knows the Reaper of the Bailey. Oh, he's only 32? Dang. The concrete details of the man are not forthcoming, yeah. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, detective inspector at Scotland Yard. That's a lot of words. Would you please summarize the events of the case for the court, Inspector? The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. Oh, hi. I think that's the first time I've seen her. I beg your pardon, Inspector? Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now. She's been comatose ever since. Oh, so she's not dead. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Then how? But she got stabbed in the back. Dude, don't you have identification even back in the day? Comatose, I see, but her life is not in danger. Fortunately for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Sir, if I could ask everyone to look at this street map. Okay. Yes, I remember. I have that in my inventory. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago, at around 5 in the afternoon. It happened on the pavement running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn vehicles. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. What if... Okay, it's a busy street. What if, like, the horse kicked something into her back? Oh, nice. It's been pretty good weather here. I mean, the air quality's been a little bit poor, but it's fine. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. The case file has been entered into the court record. Time to take a look-see. Young woman rendered unconscious following stab wound to the back. Olive Green, female, stout build, early 20s. Location, pavement of Briar Road, east side. Reporting officer, Rolly Beat. Additional notes, victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown. Apart from the single stab wound from the large knife, no other signs of injury were observed. Assailant was seen running away by the reporting officer and was successfully arrested the following day. Okay. Pretty clear cut. What of the weapon that was used? I mean, true, just sometimes it's worse than others here. I mean, there are refineries fairly close to the area I live in, so if there's not like a good breeze for a bit, sometimes it kind of builds up. Or it just has to do with the fact that there are literally 4 million people here, and many of them have vehicles that they drive daily. So, you know. Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back. That looks like a really small knife. Ouch. That big thing is starting to make me scared to walk down the street. Is it big? It looks like a tiny little flip knife, but with a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Wow. Almost anybody. Even the scragged-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common garden jackknife, I would say. Rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. The jackknife has been entered into the court record. A large but commonplace folding knife. It was found lodged in the victim's back. Well. Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume? I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to stab someone. Is this gonna... Ahaha! Can I open it? Shink! Whoa! Wait, where's the tip? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip, a small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Miss Susato. Wonder what could have happened to it. Yes, you don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear, I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Can't find anything out of place. Okay, yeah, I was like, is there any kind of marking? It seems normal enough. It's just missing the tip. Let's close that baby back up. Oh, wait, I can't. Okay. Back. Yeah, this seems like a normal enough knife. Okay, well, it's missing the tip. That'll probably be important later. From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have had anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, we're looking at some deep-seated resentment towards the victim. I'm afraid I couldn't say. Now, apart from the visit in second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Yes! Yeah, just the tip. Yes! Stop raising your hand. This isn't school. If theft and grievance have been ruled out as the motive, for what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have had for stabbing the young woman? Yet, you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way! Point!
Objection!
Don't! There's people back there, Mr. Van Zeeks. Across. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not the one. Yeah. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle into the public gallery. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, it was freshly uncorked. I thought he said freshly corked, and I'm like, you opened that, and then you threw the glass, bro. Oh, yeah. Well, I've lived in places that were fairly close to a graveyard. There's some really big graveyards in the last place I lived, but that was also a military town, so, you know. But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Can you just call him a student? You don't gotta keep talking about the fact that he's Japanese. Murder is murder. Yes, sir. Witness testimony. Okay. Oh, yeah, because now I gotta blow holes in his dang old testimony. Freaking crack. Mr. Natsume's arrest. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred. There was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Yeah, well, it just makes for really easy cleanup, Dixies. They probably work together, you know? It's a package deal. If you put your parents in this home, don't worry. You've also got a plot ready for them. Which sounds terrible, but like funerals and stuff, that stuff is expensive. I think at this point, having somebody cremated is like the cheapest option, which sounds horrible, but I mean, you know, everything costs money. There. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor, those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a bookshop, it seems. Now, looking at this man, now I want fish and chips. God damn it. Do they actually sell it like that, Dixies? Where it's just like, you just get like a roll of paper and it's got like the stuff just shoved in there for like easy eating? Just a matter of working out who the books belong to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord. I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime, taken immediately after the incident. Oh, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. Where's the blood? Wouldn't there be more blood? I will take that photographic print as evidence, please, Inspector. The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. You Nibanese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. What the? Dude, can you stop? Can you shut up? Magnifying glass. Okay. These books are going to be important, I'm pretty sure. Also, feet don't work. Feet don't work that way. Nice hat, though. Okay, well, we didn't get anything out of that, so off we go. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, forgive me, Lord Van Zeeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mr. Zato? Do go on. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in prison yesterday, he did tell us what had all happened. Oh, okay, thanks for the... Actually, I needed this flashback because it's been half a year since I played this game. Imagine that. I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed on the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified. I had to get away from there, so I ran as fast as my legs could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. But did he drop any books? A green overcoat. Well, that's exactly the woman in that what the woman in that print is wearing. Oh my, a photographic print in full color? What will the world come up with next? Believe me, a lot, lady. The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. You know what? I wonder how our ancestors would feel if they're like, wow, technology. I wonder what wonders. We'll have flying skateboards and holographic images. Nah, we just made it so it was really easy to spread somebody's butthole all over the internet for everybody to see. That's the crux of technology. Oh, and I guess we went to space, but mostly the butthole thing. I don't know if they'd be too pleased about that. The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. Bonk. There was nobody else there at the time. Just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there's nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. What if they threw the knife from really far away and it was like just a really cool throw? In a fact that the accused concedes. Crap. You got me there. It seems the cross-examination could prove to be pivotal, counsel. Proceed, please. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. Have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. It is. Cross-examination time. Time to save the game. Yeah, we're on episode 4. I don't even know how many episodes are in this game. It feels like we're still like at the beginning. How many episodes? Oh, wait, let me. Oopsie. Okay, there's only 5, so I'm already near. What? Damn. Okay. So there's 5 each. Interesting. Well. Okay. But I feel like this is only like part 1 of this trial. There's usually 2 parts. Press. A light fog, you say? Well, light for London. You could see the opposite side of the street for once. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes. Not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. Wow, pulling the race card. I've read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day I was very nearly trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Ugh. This is out of sight, and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. However, on the day that concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact, no doubt, lamented by the accused. What? No. And no one else but around but the victim and the accused. Hold it! Hold it! From behind, you say? Well, yeah, look at the picture. That's right, as you can see from this print. Yeah, it's definitely the back. Although, that's like a weird angle for the knife, too. Wouldn't it be, like, turned the other way? Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And do you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in critical condition? Comatose, no less. I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. She's being treated at the Bart's. Bart's? I was hopeful she'd come around before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. Huh? Oh god, I hate his half-hearted slaps. They're so terrible. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those disturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid, and those limp-wristed table slaps. Ugh, yeah. He needs to get better at the table slaps. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. I don't know if did he drop books? Mr. Natsume's belongings, I think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print of the crime. But are those his books? Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books they were. Irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He's managed to close one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. You mean to say the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife in the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord, yes. Those being a number of old books he just bought. He was on his way home from a... Wait. Hold it! The defendant apparently visits a secondhand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of his scholarly attention. And the bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with those musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must admit, I'd have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest secondhand bookshop to the accused lodgings is this place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Prior Road and Meerschaum Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in the lodgings on the other side of Briar Road, at the opposite end. Which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Yeah. Something like this. Local maps information. Yeah, okay. So we're doing pretty good. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would have certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home for that particular shop. I gotta look at the court record, because is it Bourbon Books? No! He didn't go to Bourbon Books! He went to your books! Where's your books at? The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime. Yeah. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that's what the inspector just told us. It could turn out to be a vital... I know. Yes, I agree. The most important point is the bookshop's name. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Oh! Wow, see, my brain is so refreshed, I'm seeing things I probably wouldn't have thought about before. Maybe. Oh, well, you know, I mean, yes! It could be a vitally important clue. Very well. Not that I see it being of any great significance. That's because you don't know what I know, sir. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord, whatever you say. Could the man be any more sardonic? I don't actually know what that means. Objection! Oh, I got a X. Objection! If I could just stop you right there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a busy man, you know. Give me your fish and chips. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of 3 secondhand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Hi, Ellie. I'm not. I can say Naruhodo. That's right. And well, Von Zeeks is not Japanese. And then, okay, is it Natsume or Natsume? Like, is it supposed to be like just kind of a quick, or am I just, or both wrong? You know, it's funny that I ask you that. The first one, so it is Natsume? Okay. I say it like you can confidently be like, yeah, it's that. You just put it in, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. Go on. Slap. There we go. That's a good table slap. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume. Oh, this is a smart judge. No, now you said it the second. No! So Natsume? Mr. Natsume? God! Now I say it bad. Did indeed purchase a number of books at a secondhand bookshop that day. I should know that because they're the ones who made Harvest Moon, so I got to see their names all the time. Whoops. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. Oh, a quick way? Natsume? What? Yeah, did you not look at the receipt? You jerk? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yeah, okay, I got it. Yay, thank you. Japanese lessons with Ellie. Yes, sir. Your Books is another secondhand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that, well, it's such a small place. I didn't think the accused would have known about it. He knows he has so many books. Of course he does. Objection! But, in fact, that is the bookshop which the defendant visited on the day in question. And this receipt proves it. Objection! Oh, wow, he's got a font. Yes, for what difference it makes. Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Objection! No, it does. I disagree! No! Don't do this to me, Ellie. I don't have to say my own name. I know it already. might disagree. I mean, after all, well, because I always say, oh God, oh man, now I'm like, how? I say it like Ryunosuke, but I don't think that's right. Like, it's kind of like the U isn't really there, but I could be wrong. Because I don't think it's Ryunosuke, because that sounds like way too forced. Or maybe it, is it? Do I have to pronounce the suke? I have the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, yeah, then he'd do the shroodadip and he would have stabbed her in the back. Then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookshop, Your Books, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could it be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it may be a possibility. Yeah, and you were totally like, those shifty Japanese, he definitely did it. Like just a second ago, juror number 2. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir? What you just said? Absolutely. It could be right. I don't know where this bookstore is. Somebody tell me, please. Inspector Gregson, where is this Your Books establishment? Obviously we looked into that. It's gonna be that little shop right there. It turns out Your Books, it's even further away. Why did he say it's smaller? It's the same size as Bourbon Books, or maybe it's like a portion of the building. Just here on the next corner of Mischam Street, going east. The local map's information has been updated again! Oh, knowledge! And there you have it, as you can clearly see now. Shit, he's still gonna go the same path. No, stop, where do you keep getting this? My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown the way he regales us with such witticisms. Wow, what a dick. To your future career in the circus. Ugh. Put that glass down now or I'll put it down for you. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. He'd still walk the exact same way. The accused was coming home from Your Bookstore instead of Bourbon Books. Well, he'd still go this way. There's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. What if he went the other way, though? What if he went the long way? Which court? I know. Well, in Ace Attorney, anything goes. You know, you're allowed to have like a hawk. You're allowed to have a whip. You can have weapons. You know what? It's fine. They don't care. Yes, thank you, Inspector. Ugh. Allow me to reiterate for my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. Stop smashing things! That's dangerous! Also, where did it go? How did it not stain your white glove? Wherever the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. Ah! Why do I give up so easy? God damn it. Yeah, he's not, well, he's a vampire man. Of course he's hot. Well, he's just, I don't know. People think he's a vampire. As I suspected, you can't fool me, and I don't suggest you try. But I say, I've had enough of this now. What is that man a boxer? Beg your pardon? Terribly sorry. Would you mind repeating that? Why is this man here? Take him away. Okay. But this is definitely Naruhodo, though, right? I feel like that's the only way to say that, but not every time. Stainless. Yeah. He got that hydrophobic glove technology where water and stuff just washes right off. We mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. Or not, yeah, Natsume. God damn it. I have to train my brain to do things correctly. She's absolutely right. We must think. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. You say it a bit weird. I say a lot of things weird, probably. I don't have an accent, like, in the way that you'd expect to have an accent here. Like, I don't have, like, a southern accent, but I definitely have a way of saying things that's different. Must have passed. But what if he went the other way? The assertion just made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Oh, I don't know if that was right. He's not... Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. Meow. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens! The line goes the other way! Yeah, my name is, yeah, oh god. Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He arrived back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Well, that doesn't make any sense, and I'm gonna object in my squiggly, stupid font. Yeah, I think that was the play on words, is that it's, I understand. Actually, I was wondering, question. Let me look, because I had a friend at the beginning, but he ended up dying on the boat. His name is, Kazuma Asugi. Does that mean anything, or is that just a name? Because I feel like there's probably puns in here that I don't understand because I don't know. Now that you know, okay, so that's just probably a name. He had his heart set on the study tour in Great Britain. He was coming with me, and then he got killed in his cabin while I was hiding in the closet. Well, sleeping in the closet. I'm sure he would have found the truth he longed for here. I was actually a stowaway. He lost his life before he even had a chance to see the place. Such a strong sense of his hopes and dreams when I look at this armband, though.
So you better not let him down.
Okay, bye. I won't let you down, Kazuma. Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that... that route is what is commonly referred to as the long way round. Why do you say that like it's just a phrase? That's just a phrase that people use normally. It's not like some idiom or something. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take the longer route home? Well, maybe he likes the cold. Maybe he's like Elsa from Frozen. It never bothered him anyway. The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime. Objection! It's not obvious, but, aha, yes, I've got it. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. And now I'm not gonna like second guess myself every time I say it. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. Well, I mean, after a night like that, I don't think I'd have a recollection either. That's right, as I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. Says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. Cool. I don't believe this! Well, shit. Things are looking bad. I thank you, my learned friend. Don't bow to me, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly around this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? Well, of course they're going to follow you because you're the man, the Reaper man. But even if that's the case, hold it. Oh, they're all very angry. God damn it. Of course they are. I agree with Lord Van Zeeks wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does that mean, yeah. We members of the jury are completely convinced now. What are you talking about? No, come on, you can't do that. Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court. They're just gonna do whatever because they're all stupid.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Of course.
Guilty.
We gotta build up the drama. But you don't even know what anybody's saying. How can you say he's guilty? You can't do that, old man. Yeah, well, that's the whole point. They're all dumb. It would appear the jury's leaning is unanimous. Looks like you're all gonna die. Dude, come on. How many of where do you have those glasses stowed? To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve queen and country admirably. Shut up. Mr. Naruhodo. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of those scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Quarry not yet willing to give up and die. Wow. I guess you do a lot of hunting in your spare time, sir. Are you gonna punch them? Because that's their whole job, is to be a dick. Oh, so I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial. Rights of the defense written into antiquated British law should have been buried long ago. You should have been buried long ago. Call it antiquated if you will, but it's the defense's prerogative to carry out some summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the summation examination. That's a lot of patience. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his onkus refusal to throw in his alley. Can you use words? Just say I'm not gonna give up. Onkus. That must be like, onkus must be, stop it. We're learning today. Onkus definition and meaning. Onkus, unpleasant, unattractive, or unacceptable. Bad. Okay, so his unacceptable refusal. Everybody, I urge you as a addendum to today's English lesson to use onkus in a sentence around your friends. That shit be onkus. Anyway. Very well then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. Oh, God. Okay. The juror's contentions. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why it can only have been the victim? The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back to the bookshop. Not in winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. That adds nothing. I really don't care. Can we just wrap this up now? I got work to be doing. God, shut up. Your books, yes, a nice shop, that, but urban books? No, not worth a visit. Is that so? Okay. Wow, none of those connect at all. You guys are all dumbasses. With only minor exceptions, the reasons for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. That doesn't mean that he was the one who did the stabbies. Just means he saw her fall down. Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears to be convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Ugh, why do you have to run away like that? How are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? This is impossible! How can I possibly make a case for the defense? That's wow, you're gonna instill some confidence in everybody with that. Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time for grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue, yes, I know I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. Ba-dunk. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. I just need to keep this trial going somehow, whatever it takes. Come on, Inosuke, you can do it. Jury, examination. Defense's rebuttal, okay. For pity's sake, that little, Hold it! What do you mean by that? Excuse me, but aren't you? Yes, that's right, I was in the witness stand myself just 2 days ago. Yeah, okay. I thought he looked familiar. Yes, I had a feeling I knew your face. Or the side of it, anyway. If I remember correctly, you're a banker, aren't you? That's right. After the gold rush down under, I came back to London to work. And it was all going swimmingly until you started fossicking around. Bruce Fairplay was a man of repute. Sorry? Don't think I've forgotten how you treated me the other day. You had me and that young hatter pecked as criminals. Oh, well, you know, water under the bridge. Now, there's all sorts of rumors buzzing around, and the police have been badgering me nonstop. If I could turn back the clock, well, anyway, I don't know about the hatter, but at least I'm in the clear now. And I'm free to make up my own mind about who's guilty and who isn't. Thank goodness. All right, maybe I might struggle to change this man's mind given our awkward history. Oh dear, I wonder what's become of Mr. First now. If he said the woman in the green collapsed before his eyes, why, it can only have been the victim. I don't know, what if other people were green? You're right about that. You're right that at the time of the incident, the defendant admits having seen someone wearing a green overcoat walking ahead of him. Well, quite. That's precisely my point. Clearly, that someone wearing green was the victim. And clearly, the funny little Nipponese man with the disturbing mustache is the culprit. God, I mean, look, I get it. His mustache is disturbing. Can we please stop calling out the fact that he's a Japanese man? But let us not forget, madame, the defendant vehemently denies attacking the woman. Why, of course he does. If he admits to stabbing her, his life is over. The man is obviously a liver-faced coward, honestly, claiming the woman simply collapsed before his eyes. Well, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened before. People faint. But if that's a lie, as you're suggesting, do you not think he would have concocted something more credible? Oh, really? I couldn't say. After all, you are foreign. Who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? Jesus Christ, this game. I could tell you what's going through my funny little mind right now, but you wouldn't like it. Like, oh my God. I do declare the man has already made the admission. He himself has stated there was nobody else around. Surely the conclusion is obvious. No one else could have possibly have committed this awful crime. Ugh. If no one else could have done it, the accused must be the man. Really, it couldn't be more simple. Your argument is compelling in its simplicity, I must admit. Oh my, you are too kind, my lord. That went well for her. The man wouldn't have gone around the house as... Wait, but why not? Like, is it that cold? You can't deny there are other routes Mr. Natsume could have taken from the Your books. Natsume? Oh, yes, like you drew on the map, you mean? What was it? Calabash Road or something? Precisely! It's like, nah, that's the stupidest. But it seems to me what counts is whether the little Japanese fellow actually went that way or not. Okay, well, at least this guy said Japanese instead of saying Nipponese. Like, you don't gotta keep, like, driving in that point. Even though I guess Nipponese is proper, I don't know. Does they call it Nippon? Either way, I guess, you know, just calling out somebody by their ethnicity constantly seems a little weird. Yeah, well, yes, that's true. And at the moment, there's no proof that shows that he did, is there? Well, yes, that's true as well. And as I understand it, the accused himself doesn't remember which way he went, does he? Well, yes, that's annoyingly true. Winter nights are dark and cold, so the way I see it, you'd want to get home as quickly as possible. Well, yes, why is all this true? So really, the only thing that makes sense is that he went home along Briar Road. Wow, this guy is like the most level-headed person in this entire motley group, which makes me mad because he's also not in my favor. Ah, I'm supposed to be convincing you here. I have given it a lot of thought, you know. I didn't just make up my mind on a whim that he did it. I mean, if there was some logical reason why he might have gone the Calabash Roadway, it'd be different. I'd be happy to reconsider my position in that case. No, honest, I would. A reason why Soseki-san might have taken the longer way home. Oh, look at Stream Element sponsorship. Oh boy, Call of Dragons. Oh God, it's all these sponsorships that I do not give a shit about. Or that involve me just selling a product to people, which I'm not very good at. Because if I don't like it, I'm not gonna try to get other people to try it. Tasting Chinuggies! Who are we judging today? Today we're judging this man, Mr. Soseki Natsume. He is a Japanese man who's pretending to be a British man because he's scared for his life because this is back in the day and Britain is very racist. I mean, I guess RC and Zunder would probably argue that Britain is still racist, but less openly. Or more. You know what? It's hard to tell. There's still a lot of racism. But basically, he was walking home from a bookstore because he's a scholar, and he saw some lady get stabbed, but everybody's accusing him of the stabbing because they were the only two. He could only see her on the road, so we don't know yet what happened, but we know for sure he didn't do it. But now I'm trying to convince the jury to not say that he was guilty because Mr. Van Zeeks was all like, haha, jury, he's totally guilty, right? Look at this clown, man. And then they were like, yes, he's guilty. So now I'm like, please, listen to me. But we're not doing a very good job. Yes, a good reason. I don't imagine he'll be able to sway this young man's opinion without one. A good reason for him not to go that route. Yeah. Mr. Wineman, He back with a vengeance. He's thrown, well, okay, he's only thrown 2 wine glasses, but he's shattered another one just in his hands. And he's tossed the wine bottle twice. And this person is the one who got stabbed. But she's not dead, she's just comatose. But we also don't know if it's actually the person that they think that it is, because she's comatose. Hormone was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. And I'm trying to convince them, okay. Actually, let me look at my code right there. Because I wonder if there was like a, maybe somebody will let loose that was like a roadblock or something.
Hold it!
Not many wine glass casualties yet. Yeah, I don't know. He's got to have like a bandolier under his freaking cloak, just full of wine glasses to throw or smash. Whatever's the matter, young man? You're the wife of Mr. Garadev, aren't you? The landlord who rents Mr. Natsume his room. The master's wife? Where do you get your ideas, sir? I'm the maid. The maid, you understand? She's got a weird fetish. She's also incredibly violent. She's keeping up that charade? Ugh, this is gonna be awkward. Why didn't you mention this yesterday? That you'd been selected for the jury in this trial, I mean. And they equip his desk with an infant. Yeah, exactly. It's funny because Ellie was like, they allow wine? And I'm like, well, somebody else in another game had a whip and other people had other various implements, so anything goes in these courtrooms. Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone until the day of the trial, you see. That's suspicious. It was in the letter I received. The instructions were very clear, so I'm afraid I had no choice. I see. Anyway, Mr. Natsume, the defendant, takes lodging in your master's house, doesn't he? Yes, that's quite right, although he's only been in a little over a week now. What? What? He made that much mess in like a week? Jesus. And in that time, surely you must have taken stock of his character. Does Mr. Natsume look like the kind of man who would commit a crime such as this? Oh my goodness me, yes, he's just the sort. What? 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 Spending all his time in that dark and dingy room, sporting that unscrupulous mustache. The man never speaks. Don't get me started on those shifty eyes. All the neighbors are talking about him. I've heard them, you know. People think he must be building a bomb in there or something. A bomb? Oh dear, poor Mr. Natsume. How could people say such things about him? Yeah, huh. It's just a harmless bookworm, nothing more. Well, you just called him a worm, so it's a bookworm. It's not that bad. Yeah, because they're racist. They are very racist. Anyway, I better be careful about inviting this maid to speak. We said enough damning things already. Okay, yeah, because like this chick, she said, she was like, I don't know what's going on through your little Nipponese weird minds, and I'm like, oh my god. It's fucking, yeah, shifty, exactly. Like, oh, because he's Asian, is that why? Okay, what's up, Mr. I'm Impatient? A man's life is on the line here, sir. This'll take as long as it takes. Don't get clever with me now, son. I'm not your son. My life's on the line too, and so is my family's. Like so you wouldn't understand, but a laborer like me can't afford to take time off. If I don't work, I don't eat, and neither do the wife and kids. Ah, yes, capitalism. Oh, I see. That must be very hard. I go to the union every morning to find out what needs doing. If you're late and the work's taken, it's tough. This time of year, there's water and gas supply pipes bursting left, right, and center. They're after cheap labor to get the roads dug up to fix it. Hard slog from dawn till dusk it is. So, you were out digging up the roads on the day. No, digging up the roads! Maybe digging up Mearscham Street? Ah! That's right. In fact, if I remember rightly, it was just around the corner from where it all happened. By that old bookshop it was. Well, what? Another coincidence? No! That's right. Meerschaum Street it was. Ah! I fucking knew it. Meerschaum Street? On the map, Mr. Naruhodo, there are only 3 named streets. Bonk. Juror number 5, I need you to add that information to your formal statement, please. What's the point in that? Can't we just get this business over with now? Please, sir, it's important.
Fine, I'll do it then.
On the day it happened, I was digging up Meerschaum Street from dawn till dusk. Did it put it? Okay, so I'm gonna be like, put it specifically.
Hold it!
So, if I understand correctly, you're a day laborer and you were doing road maintenance that day. That's right. Like I said, you get a lot of burst gas and water pipes underground in the middle of winter. It's the only time of year fellows like me can actually make a few bob, and I'm missing out today. And when you say from dawn till dusk, well, the work has to be completed within the day, see? No coaches or pedestrians can pass while it's happening. I wonder if I could trouble you, sir, to mark the street map the exact location of the work you were carrying out. Give it here, then. Let me have a look. Do it, come on. Right, let's see then, here. Ah! Here we are, Meerschaum Street. Yep, it was just here, like. Tidy dig, I can tell you. We had to get through all the drifts of snow that had frozen solid. And then, what sort of time did you finish the work? Well, we started in the morning, and we can't have finished before gone 6, I'd say. So I'd stopped coming down. It was long past dark, for sure. That means the road work was still going on when Miss Green was attacked at around 5 o'clock. Roadworks on Meerschaum Street, huh? Yeah! Your books, yes. Nice shop, that, but bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. Why do you say that, sir? Sorry? Fold it, you say? Fold what? No. What I said was hold it. What I wanted to ask was, do you visit your books often? I like the old books they have in there, yes. I enjoy reading them over a nice cup of tea. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. And at what time did you visit your books on the day in question? Well, I was picking out books in there all afternoon, and I was been there just before 5 that I left. That's my daily routine, you see. Same thing every day, including the day you're all talking about. You just said that. Just before 5, you say? Exactly when the victim was attacked. Are you sure about the time? Oh, yes, no mistake there. I remember it well. I'm not about to forget that day in a hurry. Not after the dreadful time I had. What do you mean? Well, I was walking down Calabash Road when I slipped on the ice and dunked my head. This man is wearing a green fucking coat. This man's wearing a green fucking coat, and he fell down at 5 o'clock. Woo! It's always worse after the snow stopped falling. That's when it's most slippery. Knocked myself clean out, I did. Really thought my number was up. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. This happened on Calabash Road. That's right, I live in Court Pipe, you see. Heading down Calabash Road is the quickest way for me to get back from your books. I don't know why I gave this man a southern accent, but whatever, don't worry about it. Yeah, he's got the same silhouette because they're both short, stout. How do you, well, you learn things when you're unconscious. Juror number 6, I must insist that you add that information to your formal statement. It may very well be extremely significant. Sorry? Extremely sick? No, I'm quite all right now. It sends a shiver down my spine to hear the members of the jury so convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt. But I can't help feeling that some of their opinions are rather subjective. And racist? I agree. It's the irrelevance of what some of them are saying that sends a shiver down my spine. Still, at least some of their assertions don't actually incriminate Mr. Natsume or anything. That's something. We must use that to our advantage, Mr. Naruhodo. Cunningly. Yes, you're right. Let's listen to the jurors again, carefully. And if any of their assertions are at odds, I'll pit them mercilessly against each other. Yes, don't hold back. Kill them all. Pit them against each other. Get rid of the Europeans. I mean the evidence.
Hold it!
No, I didn't actually shit. Well, quite. It's precisely my point. Clearly someone wearing green was the victim. Wait. Okay, I think I have to show. Wait, let me check something. Do all of these people show up on my profiles? No, fuck, I need to. Okay, cause yeah, she definitely got stabbed. I got it. How do I tell her that it was the other man? Okay, never. Yeah, you're foreign. Yeah, who's to say what goes through your funny little minds? There you go, Beth. There's the racism, pure and simple. That's like if I'd be like, you know what, Beth? I think you're pretty cool, but I can't tell what's going through your Spaniard mind. With your funny little Spanish mind. Do declare this. He has not made the admission. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Poor guys, I know. Da-da-da-da. Pit. Oh, we pit them against each other. That's okay. That's. Pit. Objection. Ah! Okay, I like this mechanic. Those two statements are clearly at odds with one another. At odds, counsel? Explain yourself. Please don't point. It wasn't me. I swear.
What? I just want to get this done and dusted.
Well, juror number 3. Oh, me, sir? What do you mean? Can I slip this lady yet for being an idiot? Yeah. Juror number 5's words are now extremely significant. Let's take a moment to consider the implications of what's being said on our map of the local area. On the day in question, Mr. Natsume visited the bookshop to purchase a number of secondhand books. And on the same day, we now know that there was works being carried out on Meerschaum Street, making it impassable. Which means that the defendant's route home could not have taken him along Meerschaum Street and down Briar Road. Oh, yes, of course. What do you think, sir?
Well, yes, you can't argue with that, really, can you?
You must have had a good 2 yards or more of the pavement up. Every gentleman and gentlewoman that came along had to turn back and go the other way.
Yeah! So your conclusion is this: the defendant is taking a longer route to his lodgings?
Yes, I suppose he must have.
I suppose that must be right, eh?
Juror number 3, you said the following. The man would have gone around the houses on his way back to the bookshop, or wouldn't have.
But
we see now that he had no choice.
Oh my God, logic! It hurts.
My lord, Mr. Judge, sir, if I may. Yes? I'd like to move my fire to the not guilty side. I don't think I can, in all good conscience, that I can say the man's guilty now. Yes, I'd like to see this trial continue so we can get to the bottom of what really happened. To the truth! Bonk. Oh yeah, let's shift that balance, baby. What about you, sir?
Who? Me?
Well, all right then. If there's a hole in the prosecution's argument, it should be filled in. That's what I say. I get it, because he's a worker. He fills holes for a living. Okay, and now I know who to pit against who. Oh, well done, Mr. Naruho, though. That was wonderful. Well, we've managed to change a couple of minds, at least. It's strengthened our position somewhat. Yes, and it will prompt the other members of the jury to reconsider their stance as well. They'll be asking themselves if their current leanings are really right or not. Or if they're just incredibly racist. Now, if only we could just identify one more clue or just... I did. We might be able to tip the balance. Yes, that's exactly what we're going to do. Von Zeeks is looking to bring this trial to an early conclusion. That's what we have to prevent by whatever means we have at our disposal. Guns! Swords! Fire! It's weird. Well, it's because they're idiots. But you have to pit the idiots against each other. Thank you, counsel. On with the summation examination, please. Yes, my lord. Pit. Objection. Those two statements clearly show a flaw in the juror's reasoning, and also I hate the fact that you called me shifty. law? What are you talking about, counsel? Well, juror number 2, juror number 6. My, whatever do you mean, sir? I think perhaps the old man didn't hear you. Unbelievable. It's not like I was loud or anything. There is at least one fact of which we can be sure of here. The bookshop receipt found in the defendant's room clearly indicates that on the day of the attack, he had been to your books and purchased a number of secondhand titles. He then returned home on foot. Which he is, yeah. Why are all the hot ones in this game like absolutely horrible or just straight up evil? But the man says he has no recollection of his return journey. That's correct. But what he does remember is seeing someone appear in front of him on the way. No, I'm allowed to have a sword. It's my best friend's sword, and it gives me power of defenses. Someone in a green overcoat who suddenly collapsed on the pavement before his eyes. Yes, we're well aware of this. The poor young woman who was stabbed. Obviously.
Objection.
Can we really be sure of that, madame? My, whatever do you mean? I'm sure you heard juror number 6's account of what happened to him that day. Let me check my papers. That same afternoon, there was somebody else apart from the victim who was wearing a green overcoat and who fell over on the icy streets in the neighborhood. Oh my. Nope. My goodness, you mean... That's right. I'm referring to, of course, to hard of hearing juror number 6. Are you really suggesting? Blind like man's reaction to this? I do. Well, he's probably gonna be like, huh, you're still stupid even if you did this. That the person in the green overcoat whom the defendant saw collapse in front of his eyes was the jolly old gentleman on the end of the bench here with me today? That is entirely possible, yes. After all, the old man has a somewhat similar build to the victim. Well, look at that! My goodness me! Sorry, you need a pee? And crucially, we know precisely where the old man in the green overcoat fell. On Calabash Road. Therefore, if the person who Mr. Natsume saw collapsing in front of him was in fact juror number 6, it means the defendant must have taken the long route back to his lodgings. Also, we kind of just went over the fact that he had to take the long route because the road was blocked, whatever. And if that's true, then clearly the crime scene on Briar Road where the woman was stabbed was not on his way home! Oh my, that's right. Quiver in fear from my finger of justice. You idiot old man, if you hadn't been so daft as to be roaming about here, we would have boxed this off hours ago. And really, what were you thinking wearing such a befuddling coat? What did you say to me? Is it a crime for the elderly to walk the streets these days? Is it a crime to slip over on the ice? Is it a crime to keep up with the latest styles and wear a beautiful green overcoat? Is it? Hold it. Oh, come on. What now? My lord, I do hope it won't cause any inconvenience, but oh, okay. You'd like to change your leaning, I presume. I do declare that I would. I should like to call for a verdict of not guilty, even if he is shifty. Thank you! And I would too! I'm mad as hell! What? Is it a crime to change your mind, is it? Well? No, that's fine. The scales are even, and then they're gonna be not even, but in my favor. The drama. Bonk. Whoa, it looks like it's gonna be like a fucking sports ball game. Oh, the other team. Well, that summation examination has concluded with a rather large shift in opinion. Yeah, did you not see my flawlessness? It was great. The eyes, 2, the nose, 4, So the noes have it. Not guilty, they say. Which means we no longer have a consensus among the members of the jury. The trial will continue even longer than it already has.
Objection!
Yeah, oh, here we go. Here you go, Beth. Oh, he's pretty calm about it, actually. Oh, no, never mind. He's not so calm. He broke it again. Could it seem churlish of me to drink from my hallowed chalice moments after raising an objection? Yeah, it makes you look like an asshole. Only to crush it in disgust? Pray, forgive the discourtesy. Look, Lord Van Zeeks? It seems I must retract my earlier remark. What do you mean? I mistakenly credited these jurors with intelligence by describing them as insightful. Okay, so you're not gonna be like, oh, those are valid points. You're just calling everybody a fucking idiot. Yet we have just witnessed them falling for a cheap trick performed by an Eastern entertainer. Wow. Just saying it out loud, are we? So flexible, yeah. Eh? Whatever do you mean? And super racist, yeah. What? What the hell? I haven't tricked anyone. Everything I've said is the truth. Indeed, Stalwart Jr. number 5 was undoubtedly repairing the road, as he claims. I believe you said it was a good 2 yards of the pavement which you had excavated, sir. That's right. Took me a whole day and they paid me a measly tuppence for it. Now, my learned Nipponese friend, tell me, do you have any notion of the distance that 2 yards represents? Well, if I'm honest, I don't have a clue, no. I measure things in meters, like the rest of the world. Can you tie him first? I mean, sure. You know what, Beth? You're allowed to do whatever you want. I'm sure if you looked on the internet, and I'm not telling anybody to do this because it's probably a bad idea, but I'm sure if you Googled Mr. Van Zeeks, you'd probably find a lot of tasteful art of him. Probably. 2 yards is a little less than 2 meters. Yeah. Less than 2 meters? That's not much at all. Depends on what you're talking about there. In other words, a distance readily vaulted by anyone of moderate vigor. Why would he want to vault over? What do you mean? Readily? That's far. What do you mean readily vault? Is my client a horse? Specific kind of tasteful art that matches your tasteful ideas of torture for handsome. Okay, yeah. Well, it's gonna be all over the map. Yeah, and why would they jump over like 6 feet of something too? What? Would you not agree, my stalwart friend? I don't think. Huh? Me? Well, I can't say you're wrong. No. What? What? And did you perchance erect a sign to prevent pedestrians from passing the site of your works? I wouldn't dream of it. What a waste of time. You literally said you told people they couldn't fucking pass. Why did you lie to me? You lied to me! His long legs, yeah. Nope, coaches would have hoped to pass it anyway, and we just turn any gentlefolk back when they come. Yeah, okay, yeah, they turn them around. Kids just jump right over us all the time. Well, he's not a kid. He's a man. Old. He's not a young man either. The accused is no gentleman as far as I can see. Wow! Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. I have little doubt, however, that he could spring over a 2-yard trench in his meanderings around town. I don't even think I could do that. And I don't think I'm, like, super unfit, but I just don't trust myself jumping over a 6-foot gap without possibly injuring myself. Ah! Is that true? Is it not? Would you guys jump over that? I don't think so. Yeah, and he was carrying books. What is that? Where did you get that? The incontrovertible truth is that the books just purchased by the accused were found at the scene. There can be no doubt that on his way back to his lodgings, Mr. Natsume walked down Briar Road. What if somebody else had those books? Ugh, crushed in a single sentence. Man, I give up hope real quick. And old man. Old man, you can talk. You say that around 5 o'clock in the day in question, you slipped and fell on Calabash Road. Pray, was there a suspicious-looking Nipponese behind you at that time? Why does it gotta be suspicious-looking? Can you just be like, was there a man there? It's really easy to just say, was there a man nearby? Oh, I can't say I remember. You don't remember? He's old. How about a wager, my learned friend? You say it was this old man the accused saw, but I would lay 1,000 to 1 against you being able to prove it. Arg! No, come on. God damn it. See, that's the thing that gets me. Like, the drama is fun, but also, like, that's why I got kind of burnt out, because it's like this in every single case, and I'm like, oh my God, like, can I never have just a cut and dried, oh no, that makes a lot of sense. Let's let this guy off the hook. Never. Never. Order! Order! Lord Van Zeeks, explain yourself, because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. My lord, if you had such a trenchant argument up your sleeve, why in the world did you not proffer it during the summation examination? Oh, because I'm an asshole. I wanted to give this young foreign student the sightseeing experience he no doubt came for. I wanted him to see for himself how the opinion of the jury is so readily swayed. It's because I used cold hard facts and reasoning, you dumb bitch. But my hospitality has its limits. Get out of my country! And they have been reached, I feel. Oh, there goes the cape. So, my learned friend, today's sightseeing tour of London is now over. What? What are you talking about? Deal with it. Yeah. My lord. There you go. That's for you, Beth. You can just, you can tie him up and he can call you my lord. Beautiful. Perfection. You can fix him, Beth. Actually, no, don't try that, please. Don't do that. The prosecution requests permission to call its next witnesses to the stand. Next? There's more? Granted. Bailiff, bring forth the witnesses. What is this? It's next what? How many witnesses are there? I don't want to fix him, you just want to torture him. Mr. Naruhodo, do you not remember? We've been told on several occasions that there were eyewitnesses to the incident. Yeah, I remember, one of them being Scotland Yard policeman, no less. I'm afraid that's likely to be the prosecution's next witness. All right, no matter who Von Zeeks brings to the stand as his witness, and no matter what they say, I believe in Soseki-san. I know he's innocent. They have a bailiff in the back cleaning up all the yeah, I hope so, because this place is filthy now. That's how you get ants. You drop wine all over the place. That stuff's full of, like, grape syrup, basically. It's really old, disgusting grape syrup, but it's still grape syrup. He's not point full of himself to learn anything from a mere punch. Yeah. And I'll keep believing to the very end, till this battle is over. Okay, wait, is this the oh, okay. Oh, no! Oh, I already hate it. Oh, there's only 2. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations for the court. That's a very trustworthy, sir, that's not where that strap go. Are you twins? Ah! Constable Rolly beat, sir! Nothing to report on the street, sir. No, a narcoleptic! That's the least trustworthy person ever! And I'm Miss Beat. Patricia's my name. I'm proud to say I'm this young town hero's wife. Oh, stolen valor. He's dead. There's a lot of, like, spousal abuse in this game. Like, Miss Maid beating the shit out of her husband, who I think was wheelchair-bound. Now this chick choking out her husband, who's a narcoleptic. It's just, there's a lot going on in this game. What's the story here? Well, in truth, we've not been married long. In fact, we celebrated our first anniversary only the other day. Okay, I thought you were gonna be like, we just got married the other day. Wake up, happy wife. No. It was your husband I was asking about. He seems tired. Yeah, exactly. He can't breathe. There's been too much freaking asphyxiation from that scarf. Hardly surprising. Whilst being an honorable occupation, patrolling the beat is the most demanding work in the world. Aside from, crushing lots of wine glasses and things. Oh, really? I'm sure I've heard that before, actually. Indeed, apart from rare days off, our gallant officers trudge some 20 miles a day, They patrol boarding houses and pubs, collect taxes, survey the streets, check that the meters are reading true, and they're responsible for keeping the streets clean and lighting and extinguishing our streetlights. There are a number of items on that list that don't sound much like policing duties at all. I wouldn't just be falling asleep on my feet. I'd have collapsed long ago. But it goes without saying that a policeman's primary duty is the apprehension of criminals. Doesn't that sound familiar? Topical. Even when he's off duty, a constable is expected to investigate and resolve any crimes on his beat. For the London Bobby is a man of honor, with a U because it's Britain. He looks really honorable, and a man of slumber. Please, stop pulling that out. On the day in question, this man and his wife were walking down Briar Road in the opposite direction. And they witnessed the incident as it occurred. Is that not correct, Mr. and Miss Beat? That's right, sir. Isn't it, Rolly? Constable Rolly Beat, sir. Nothing to report on the street, sir. What a great witness he's going to be. Wow, that was a short little... Very good. What do you mean very good? This is the worst. Fuck you. I'd like to hear your formal testimonies now, please. You will tell the court exactly what you saw in the afternoon of the incident. I think the only thing he saw that day was the backside of his eyelids, sir. Can we please throw him out? Oh, wait, he's awake. Yes, sir! Okay, no, he just fell asleep again. What the witnesses saw. That was really quick. It was our wedding anniversary, and Rolly was taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog on the pavement in front of us. All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor. Then the other one scattered something before running off. We ran straight over, of course, and then went for help at a nearby police box. It was definitely that Japanese man on the dock. Rolly and I both saw him clear as day. He's so suspicious. Well, this is an extremely compelling testimony, I must say. Sure, if you just fucking believe it for no reason. Oh, my God. God, sounds... Well, they solved the case. Put them all in jail, please. It's both evil, yeah. Yep. Oh, dear. The policeman and his wife are claiming to have positively identified Mr. Natsume at the scene. Natsume. If their testimony is true, the alternative course of events that you established in the summation examination will be quashed. We'll be dead. It'll be over for everyone. It's death knell, in fact. Shut up, Van Zeeks. Because that alternative was never viable in the first place. It was totally viable. Your shit is stupid. I hate you. What an unfortunate chancing. And on your wedding anniversary, too. Wow, yeah, let's just lay on the fucking guilty whatever bullshit. Oh, I know, but I still managed to go out for the evening with my man. I thank the Lord for that. What? What? There's a lot of conflicting personalities happening right here, and I don't know which one she's supposed to be. Oh, you know what? I know I won this award. I'd like to thank my parents and Jesus. With your man, my man. What? Is this the correct vernacular? Did they say that back in the day? Gosh, the life of a London Bobby sounds very hard indeed. Yeah, especially when you got a wife like that. Indeed. However, this cross-examination will be over in minutes. You may well have time to rest this afternoon. What do you mean by that? My learned friend, the witnesses saw the face of the man fleeing the scene. They are testifying under oath that it was without a doubt the accused, Mr. Soseki Natsume. Well, what if there was somebody who looked kind of like him? Blessed be the fruit, yeah. And one of these witnesses is a policeman, no less, so you appreciate the gravity of the situation, I'm sure. Except that man's so tired his wife has to do all the talking. Oh, boy. Oop. Enough preamble. Counsel for the defense, commence the cross-examination, please. Wait. Could it be? Oh, wait. Sorry. Oh. Say it. Do. Oh my gosh. All right. Yes, my lord. But also, what the cross-examination time? There's only two. What the witnesses saw. Brother's taking me out for a meal. There was no time to change after work.
Hold it!
Hold it! Change what? No time to change after work, you say? Are you fucked? History. No time to change after work, you say? Are you also a member of the police, Miss Beat? Oh, okay. It's just, I have to watch for his reaction. Oh no, sadly not. It's a job for strapping young men only. Women, children, and the elderly can't even apply. But I'm okay with that. I love misogyny. Well, I think you can probably see why children and the elderly can't do the job, can you? Can't you? I think Rolly looks ever so handsome in his uniform. It suits you down to the ground, doesn't it, darling? That's his reply, he's just snoring. I just finished my beat. Pat and I were heading back to the station. I was actually planning on getting changed there. Is he talking you to sleep? This is creepy. Falling. Yeah, exactly. You can tell that this man falls a lot. Oh no, Rolly, I much prefer you in uniform. Sometimes I don't recognize you when I see you in plain clothes. Maybe he has concussions from her beating him when he changes, and she's like, "Who are you and why are you in my house?" Oh dear, that doesn't seem healthy. She's got a cop fetish. Oh boy. Kindly adhere to the point, you were going for a meal after you had finished your beat for the day, correct? That's right, sir, yes. Although I was fit to drop, to be honest, after spending the whole day on my feet. But police are in my life, sir. As long as I'm the proud owner of this, I'll serve my city and the queen to the end. So I don't think she's blind. I think she just has stars in her eyes. I think she's just an idiot, like every other witness. She was too busy looking at him. What's that now? My work card, sir. Prove that I'm a London copper. It has the noble founding principles of the force written on it as a reminder to all us policemen of our sworn duty. To patrol the streets of London town and uphold the peace of the common man. Stop! And for such noble cause, I could cover 20 miles every single day without fail, without a grumble. Because I know that the plodding of my boots is all Londoners need to feel, here to feel safe and secure. So fighting crime doesn't appear to come into it then. But stop! Just on that one particular day, I was looking forward to celebrating my wedding anniversary. Miss Beat puts up with a lot being married to a Bobby like me. I wanted to show my dear wife how much I care. Oh my God. Stop, please. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Fuck. I fucked up. God, Jesus Christ. Oh, what a charming couple. Their young love is such a joy to behold. I don't know if I'd call that a joy, Cesato, but you do you. If a little over the top, perhaps. And then, kindly describe what happened next, and please stop touching each other. Anyway, two silhouettes appeared out of the fog in the pavement in front of us. Hold it! Woohoo, though! Two silhouettes? That's right. They were coming toward us, walking up Briar Road in the opposite direction. There was a rather plump figure, followed by a scrawny, thin-looking man. He looked to be of Asian descent because he was really shifty-looking, and also Asian. Did I mention he was Asian and that you can't trust them? That does sound exactly like the victim as pictured in this print, and like Mr. Natsume. Yes, unfortunately it does. And you're certain that at that time there was nobody else nearby? Oh yes, quite certain. It was dark, but there are streetlights on Briar Road, you see. There was nobody else around at all. Isn't that right, my darling? Oh yes, that's right. Of course, there was a light fog on the ground. But Briar Road is dead straight ahead, and you can see a fairly long way down the pavement. And then there's the street lighting as well. I didn't see any other... I wonder if he didn't actually light the streetlights, or if he was busy lighting streetlights. Before sleep takes a firm hold of your answer, please, Mr. Beat. Are you quite sure of what you've said? Yes, sir! As a copper who spends all day, every day, keeping watch on the streets, I'd swear to it, sir. I'm sure as my love for Patricia is true. Oh, Pat. Oh, Rolly. Please. Oh, don't make it. Oh, I knew it was going to be a thing. Wait, can I look at his... No, I can't look at his shit. They're still maintaining that there was no one else around in that, other than the victim and the attacker. It's starting to seem like that must be how it really happened. It's beginning to seem like there's nowhere to run. Well, that didn't stop Mr. Natsume, did it? He fled the scene all too convincingly. Thank you. I believe we have a reasonably clear idea of the situation just before the incident now. What happened in the crucial moments that followed? All of a sudden, one of them just collapsed on the floor, and then the other scattered something before it blew up. Scattered something? What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I couldn't quite make out what it was at the time, but when we got closer, we realized what it was. Didn't we, darling? So, did somebody purposefully put 3 books down that just happened to be the same 3 books that Mr. Man got? Huh? Well, yeah, that's right. It was old books. I see. Old books. Yes, sir! The culprit dropped a number of them all around where the victim lay on the pavement. Indeed, as clearly pictured in this photographic print. Like, wouldn't all the books have been, like, scattered to one side instead of just strategically placed around the victim's body? I don't think that's how that works. Like, that seems a little too coincidental. That rotten Japanese man did that when he did the deed.
Hold it!
Wow, come on, can we stop that? Let's not forget that it remains to be established that the defendant was indeed the attacker. Oh, we saw him! It was the man in the dock without question, sir. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the taut mouth, the snub nose, everything! Hunched back. Oh, whoa, man. Any more insults you want to throw in? That's right. He looked down at that poor defenseless woman with those terrifying, intense eyes, and then suddenly threw his books on the pavement. Ran away. I see. This is tough. It seems as though they're telling the truth here. May I remind the court that this unambiguous testimony comes from a policeman and his wife. Yeah, because the police always tell the truth. Is that right? See, they would never lie about anything. Now, please continue. Yes, sir! Yeah. We went straight over, of course, and went for help at a nearby police box. Hold it! Oh, why did you go to a police box when you yourself are a police? But I can't. Therein lies the flaw. You are the police. I don't know. It's just bad. Was it your husband who went to fetch help? Oh, no. I went. I may not be a police officer myself, but I am the proud wife of one after all. Oh my God, she's an army wife. She's one of those army wives where her husband isn't even a high rank, but she's like, oh yes, I've achieved so much in my life by being married to this man who's in the military. No, you didn't. You didn't do fucking shit. You just married a dude who's doing a job because he's got no other options. Anyway, sorry. It's just, I lived in a military town. There's a lot of the same thing. It's not good. Oh, there's a Porygon. Is there? You know what? I can't remember. I still want that. Dependa? Oh, no! I mean, true. Oh, God. Oh. No, yeah. Isn't that right, my darling? Actually, no, I know you are. Yeah, no, it's pretty, because it's kind of an endemic of itself, because there are so many people who are like, and there's so many wives who are like so fucking up their own ass, because they're like, yeah, well, he's in the military and he fights for our country and it's so cool and I'm a part of it too. I'm like, no, you're kind of just sitting there soaking up the money, being a housewife. Military people don't really make that much money either until you get to the upper echelons, so it's really sad. You will address me by my husband's rank. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes dependopotamus. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Yes, that's right. I asked Miss Beat to go. I was off duty by that point. I thought you were always on duty, sir. But a Bobby's never truly off duty, of course, so I felt obliged to stay and guard the scene. Oh, how admirable. Very laudable, Mr. Beat. Preserving the scene of the crime is a task of considerable importance. That's why I sent Patricia, you see. I told her where to find the right police box. Forgive my ignorance, but what do you mean exactly by the right police box? Depends on a crime's location, you see, as to who deals with it. Where the woman was stabbed wasn't actually on my beat. So I told Patricia the way to the police box for the beat the incident fell under so she could go and report it. ran there as quickly as I could and asked for help from the Bobby on duty. There's nothing more potent than a young couple in love working together, you know. And thanks to your swift response, the case was quickly resolved. The actions of 2 model citizens. Even he seems like he's about to vomit saying that. Oh, please, you're making us blush. Isn't he, darling? Yes, sir. What petition said, sir. Let's move on, shall we? It was definitely that Japanese man in the dock. Rolling in both eyes, we saw him clear. Are you sure? I thought you said it was foggy. You said you saw silhouettes. Silhouettes don't mean Japanese. That means blur. How can you tell a blur is Japanese? But surely you wouldn't have been able to see his face by the light of the gas street lamps, would you? We absolutely could. Us Londoners have exceptional eyesight. I'll have you know. Right. The light from the street lamps was more than enough. My husband already told you that the fog was the only light, didn't he? Yes, and what of the fog? We're famous for it across the globe, I believe. But it's an absolute menace to those of us who have to live with it, of course. Oh, it is! When it's thick, you can't even see the hand at the end of your own arm! Hey, that's what he said. Yes, all right, I take your point. This is like the 3rd time somebody said that. The constant fog makes our eyes very sharp, you see. I don't think that's how that fucking works. You don't... Ugh. That's why we can tell you for sure and certain that it was a little Japanese man we saw. He was so shifty and hunchbacked. And Japanese. Can't we, darling? Right? Yes, it was the accused, no mistake. The mustache, the hunchback, the cat-like eyes, the top mouth, the snub nose. Unmistakable, sir! As far as this couple's testimony is concerned, there can't be any question, except, was it Soseki-san they saw running away from the scene of the crime? Or someone else? So that's it, huh? That's their entire testimony. Yeah, I wish. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but only hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Miss Beat saw what they say they saw. Mr. Natsume running away from the scene on Briar Road that day. Yes, I feel the same. So if that's true, where does it leave us? The members of the jury are sure to call for a guilty verdict after this testimony. Oh, no, then what do we do? I don't know, make sure that doesn't fucking happen? That's your job! If Kazuma-san were here... What are you trying to say? I think he would try to find a contradiction somewhere else within their testimony. What do you mean somewhere else? Their statement about seeing Mr. Natsume is unequivocal. Shit! Why am I struggling with this word? Unequivocal. Calling that into question won't help. Yeah. Fuck. English sucks. But if you could identify some other parts of their testimony which appears to contradict the facts, you might be able to discredit them to make the jury doubt if the pair's memory of the day is accurate. Oh, right. But where? Put simply, we must focus on finding a discrepancy in these statements somewhere. If we don't, I'm afraid the trial may reach an early and unfavorable conclusion. You mean the one where we all get fucking sacked? Ugh, why do I always seem to be so up against it? Well, it was your own damn fault, sir. Mr. Lawyer, sir, can I ask you something? Oh, yes, of course. What is it? Well, you keep asking us all these questions about everything we've told you, so, it seems like you don't believe our testimony. Is that right? Is it? Well, out with it. Oh, my fucking God. What? No. It's really not that at all. My husband's a policeman, remember? And I know what I saw. I remember every last detail. Everything. Like,
Oh, I know. What about the books the man dropped? I could tell you the names of every single one. I could. Every single one. Oh, yeah, bitch. Tell me. Bet it's gonna be different from what I've got on this fucking card. Do it. Do it. And you dare to question how reliable my testimony is.
That will do.
No, won't do it all.
That Japanese lawyer has no idea what I'm capable of. Even if I decide to forgive him for insulting us, don't think for a minute that Raleigh will. He's unconscious. He doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about. I really didn't mean to cause offense. Please put your husband's fists down. Perhaps you would like the opportunity to supplement your testimony, Miss Beat. Might that appease you? Oh, thank you, my lord. That would settle things nicely. These people are so horrible. Yeah, they're all terrible. They're the dregs of society. Wouldn't it, darling? Yeah, sure. I could even tell you the names of the 4 books he dropped at the scene. 4? 4? There were only 3 books. There were only 3 books. There were only 3 books!
Hold it!
Tell me these book names then. I already know that this is wrong, but I gotta do it. Yes, we know that there were books dropped at the scene of the crime, as you say. Those purchased by the accused at the nearby secondhand bookshop on the day in question. I like how Van Zeeks is so fucking confident. He doesn't even realize, like, he has the evidence. He knows that she's saying something that 100% contradicts the evidence. But he's all like, no, go ahead, say it. Mr. Clown Japanese man, he dumb. Because he Japanese, he won't be able to do the thing. They're super long, dramatic, and unnecessary. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why it kind of burns me out quickly if I play too much, because I'm just like, oh my god. Like, I don't have... Like, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 38 minutes. It's only been 2 hours of recording time, because I ate a sandwich and we were chatting for a bit and all that beforehand, but it feels like forever, and I don't know how close we are to the end of this. After I'd been to the police box for help, I decided to have a good look over the area for good measure. I am a proud policeman's wife, after all. I did it for Rolly. And what was your husband doing at that time? Oh, he was asleep. Oh, he was lying face down in the snow, getting some well-deserved rest and frostbite. He works ever so hard, you know, ever so hard. Don't you, my darling? Interesting way of guarding the scene of the crime. Well, Miss Beatsing, as you regaled the court with tales of your powers of recollection, would you be so kind as to recount the titles of the books you observed at the scene? Oh yeah, no, because it's awful. I'd be happy to. Now, are you all listening? There was the picture of Monsieur somebody or other, and What's It Yearnings. Then there was a meal for someone, and the last one was definitely the Thingamy something. You see? Perfect. I have a photographic memory. Yes, I see there are 1 or 2 holes in your memory. Oh, well, they were along those lines, I'm quite sure. There were indeed books found at the scene with titles along those lines, as you put it. Well, what did I tell you? So I think it's very mean the way you've been implying that my testimony can't be trusted. Don't you agree, darling, that this shifty-eyed Jap is just treating us terribly, us white people? Right? Oh, whoa! Whoa! You're not allowed! Whoa! Sir! I don't think you're allowed to have one of those! Excuse me! Why do you have a gun? Anyone who upsets my Patricia will have me to answer to. Please put that away. What?
That man is not fit to have a pistol. Terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she really is. I'm more terrified of the sleepy man with a gun. So that's it, is it? That's their entire testimony? What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, I hate to admit it, but on hearing the testimony, it really does seem as though Mr. and Miss Beat saw what they say they saw. Yeah, okay, yeah, but, yeah, I feel the same. Okay, skip. Okay. Okay, I already know. I gotta show the books. Objection! My name is, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Which apparently means I understand. So it's a pun. Yeah. Oh, wait, you knew that too? Jeez, why does everybody know this shit but me? I'm like, oh, God. That's funny. But I also just, most of the time they're like English puns, so. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true. Oh, they do say that a lot, don't they? I haven't watched anime in a while. I need to get back into it. So you're saying that there were 4 books? That's right. I remember all of them. The picture, the yearnings, the meal, and the thingamy something. You know, those classics. I'm sorry, Ms. Beat. But there is a fundamental flaw in that statement of yours. But you're already dead. That's when they scratch their chin after an explanation. They're like, oh, I see now. Naruhodo, yeah. Oh, no, what flaw? Bonk! Simply that at the scene of the crime, there were only 3 books, not 4! What? This is the receipt from the bookshop where the defendant bought his books. Your books? Yes, and it details Mr. Natsume's purchases that day. But as you can see, only 3 books are listed. Only 3? But no, that can't be. I can count to at least 4. I remember seeing them. There were 4 books, I tell you, 4 dirty books. Wait, so were they literature books or were they porn mags? I'm getting confused, Patricia. Oh, really? Have a good look at this photograph print of the scene of the crime. There's only 3. As you can clearly see from the evidence, well, there are only 3 books. But I just don't believe it. I saw them there! I swear it! I saw them! Vintage burlesque evags. Oh no! Oh, the flappers are they're very sensual today. No, madame, I'm afraid your powers of observation cannot be relied on. So it cannot be denied that though you say it was the defendant you saw, you could very well be mistaken. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, no! Wow.
Objection!
Ah, come on, man. Get out of here with your fancy font. It's plainly evident that it is your powers of deduction that cannot be relied on, my learned Nipponese friend. Stop calling me friend. I'm not your friend, guy. What? What cannot be denied is that these 2 witnesses saw the accused running from the scene, a fact that you know very well you have no hope of disproving. Ah! So you have striven to avert attention from that by dint of some inconsequential discrepancies? Would that be fair? It's not inconsequential! It's it's totally consequential! It's underlying the whole case! Oh, I want to kill this man. But your plan has somewhat recoiled against you. What are you
talking about? It's quite simple. Let me explain with a toast. To the policeman's wife and her entirely accurate testimony in every respect. Oh! You see, the matter is not up for debate. At the scene on Briar Road, a total of 4 books were most definitely found.
Objection.
But he only bought the... What about the photographic print?
Oh, the other one's on the other side.
It only shows 3 books.
Quite right. Only 3 can be seen in that print.
Oh, don't tell me you have a second print.
That print? You mean to say...
Acha! Sorry, I threw my cup again. Allow me to present another, one that shows the victim's hand.
Why would the victim have... Were they eating the book? Why is part of the book missing? Why is their thumb so small?
I don't believe it. It's the 4th book.
Yeah, he throws it at the fire. Very economical. As you will observe, the 4th book was hidden from view in the original print by the victim's torso. And I decided not to show this evidence, which I should have shown at the beginning because I'm an asshole. No. No! How many times? How many times am I going to fall on the table?
Order! Order! There! You see? Look at that! Look!
Yes. It's just like I said, isn't it, my darling?
Yes, sir!
Patricia is always right, sir! Let's study the receipt for the books purchased by the accused on the day in question. Ah! Miss Beat, the titles once again, if you please. No, I don't want to hear her say it again. She's a dumb idiot. Oh, yes, of course. The picture of Monsieur somebody or other. The picture of Monsieur Lecoq, I think.
What's it? Yearnings?
Canterbury Yearnings. A meal for someone. A meal for Gabourou or Gabourou? I don't know. In fact, I don't know how to say that. As the court has just heard, the witness remembers the book's titles flawlessly, save for a few.
Are you a fucking idiot? That's not flawlessly. This man doesn't know shit about shit.
Miss Beat's powers of recollection can only be described as exceptional. That's not the word I would use at all.
Did you hear that, Rolly?
The gentleman paid me a compliment.
Yes, sir. Flawless, sir. But Patricia is flawless.
But there are only 3 books on the receipt, and Miss Beat mentioned 4. There's nothing surprising about that. Clearly, the 4th book is that which is shown in this photographic print, The Lion's Pride. Oh, it's her own book. I'm sorry, counsel, but does that not seem odd? Why should the 4th book be omitted from the receipt? Because shit. It's not odd at all, my lord. As the photograph clearly shows, the 4th book was found in the victim's clutches. Why is it missing a chunk? In other words, it belongs to the victim. Wait, is this another one of those, like, situations where everything is cake? What if that book is a cake and she was eating it, so it's not really a book? It's a cake that looks like a book. The victim was holding her own book? Other people can have books? I wonder what became of that 4th book. Obviously, it wasn't overlooked by the investigating officers at Scotland Yard. I have it here as evidence.
You will submit that and the aforementioned photographic print to the court, please, counsel.
My pleasure, my lord. The 2nd crime scene photograph has been entered. The 4th book. Yeah, I gotta take a look at this book. The prosecution rests. Fuck you. The Lion's Pride. Yeah, look at that. It's all torn and shit. Oh, it's burnted. Okay, this is okay. Oh, look at this. This book has been badly burnt. Looks like the wine wasn't the only thing thrown into the fire. You're right. You'd never been able to read it in this state, especially not the latter pages. What a terrible waste. Judging from the scorched edges of the paper, I think the damage must have occurred very recently. A book recently damaged by fire. Why does that seem to raise a red flag with me? The back cover is... Oh, did something happen where there was an explosion? Ah, God, I wish I could remember. I should have watched the previous play of this so I could know what the hell was going on. Let me see. It's a book entitled The Lion's Pride. Afraid I don't know any English literature at all, so it wouldn't be something I've heard. Wait a minute. The Lion's Pride? That's strange. I think I've heard of this book heard of a book by that name before. Very recently, too. Shh. It's a title I recognize, too, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, though? Why? I don't remember it. Can you please enlighten me? I don't know why The Lion's Pride is something that I should know. Fuck. God damn it. There's dramatic irony, but it's the opposite way, because I don't know what they're talking about, but they know what they're talking about. God damn it. I have nothing further to add. What? You seem surprised, my learned friend. But your resistance until now has been in vain. Entertaining, yes, but futile. The spurious longer route to the accused's lodgings that you tried to establish in your summation examination and the attempted discrediting of the witness's powers of recollection in your cross-examination. Futile? Walked right into that, didn't I? You see, everything we said is true. Isn't that right, my darling? Yes, Pat, marry me, Pat. So, perhaps the ladies and gentlemen of the jury would like to reconsider their positions. Should the court waste any more time on this Nipponese travesty? Or is the decision you have to make all too apparent already? Yeah, that's not leading the court in any way. No, stop. You have heard all the witnesses and seen all of the evidence. The trial has run its course. Mr. Naruhodo, I'm afraid we're in a terribly precarious position. Yeah, I know, but if I fight back in the wrong way now, I could very well just make matters worse. Yeah, exactly. Think, Ryunosuke, think. What do you do now? I'm gonna save. I think I'm gonna wait and see. I should just keep quiet now and see what happens. Well, it appears the defense has no objection at this juncture. In which case, Mr. Naruhodo, was I not clear? The case for the defense is... yes, I realize that, but yeah. We gotta wait. You're so right. Sorry, I don't say anything. What? God damn it. Okay, hold it. Never mind. Change. Don't give me a fucking choice. If I don't fucking know. Wait, the defense objection. Too late. Defense will have to wait. Oh, because that sapless hesitation cannot go unpunished. Okay. Bullshit fucking piece of shit. Fuck you. Raise an objection, I fucking guess. Objection. I'm gonna show you the burnt book. Why the book burnt, bro? I'm not done yet. No, my learned friend, it is over. That last cross-examination was your final chance to establish a credible defense, and you failed. The die has been cast. There's no more room for debate. Well, it might be over as far as you're concerned, but I can't think of what to say. He's too cool. If I may, Lord Van Zeeks. It seems somewhat boorish to close down the debate at this point. Huh? Your insignificant little Eastern Isle must be a lawless hole indeed. Jesus fucking Christ, this dude! For a lowly judicial assistant to have the audacity to intervene at a moment like this. Wow, not only is he racist, he's a misogynistic bastard. Oh. Oh no, you took the wind out of her sails, you fucking creep. Hey, I am, to my shame, still a very inexperienced lawyer, but also what you're saying is incredibly hurtful and dickish. So you will have to forgive me, but I consider my assistant's advice essential and her opinion invaluable. Mr. Naruhodo, yeah, here you go, gas her up. Girl boss, gaslight, gatekeep. One of this land's great guiding principles is tolerance, so the court will hear you, madame. Go ahead, Miss Susato, please, because I don't know what to fucking do. Okay. Very well. Ray, what insight can you give us as a woman, the lesser of the two genders? What have we all overlooked in this matter that you see fit to pursue further? Also, those were his words, not mine. I'd like to make that clear. Well, the court has been presented with new evidence, but only after the last cross-examination finished. I see. And you believe that this new evidence warrants further examination, do you? Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think? Of fucking course! I want to continue! I need to win! It's just possible that this new evidence might be the decisive proof we've been waiting for. The judge is sure to ask the members of the jury to announce their leanings in a moment. And of course, he's sure to ask you to explain what the crucial piece of evidence is and why. So we must take this opportunity to examine the newly presented evidence as thoroughly as possible. I did. It's burnt. Also, thank you, Miss Susato. This is it. Susato-san has managed to win us one last chance here. I can't let it go to waste. The defense wishes to present evidence, my lord. Very well. The defense may present one further piece of evidence. Evidence that apparently offers a profound insight into this case and has hitherto been overlooked. I'm gonna save the game because I'm pretty damn sure it's the burnt book. Because she said to examine it, and I examined every piece of evidence. It's the fucking book. Oh, I examined it. Can't believe how badly burnt. I can't believe what a terrible waste. More like the damage, more a fire happened really recently. What fire? I can't remember.
Take that!
Take that. The evidence in question is what we can see from the newly presented photographic print of the crime scene. The fourth book found in the victim's hand.
Objection!
Come on, because it's burnt as shit. The music didn't stop though, so I feel like I might have done wrong, but we have already discussed the fourth book at length. Other than it being in the victim's grasp at the time of the incident, no significance. No, it's burnt as shit! Pursuing the matter further would be a flagrant waste of the court's time, as you well know. Arg! No, that... Yes, I'm afraid, counsel, I must concur with the prosecution on this. No, it's burnt! When I afforded you this opportunity, you led this court to believe you the evidence you questioned. No, I did! It's burnt! So I must insist that you elaborate. Yeah, okay. Do I make myself clear? Yes, the book is burnt. Yes, my lord, it's Mr. Naruhodo, I believe the prosecution is trying to avoid a thorough examination of the evidence, which means you may well be on the right track. Yeah, he was acting all surprised. Yes, I think you might be right. So, counsel, precisely where is the vital clue to this case, which this fourth book conceals? It's the fucking mark. It's been badly damaged by fire here, so much so that you couldn't read it at all anymore. At least that part of it. That's right, such a pity. And do you see the flaking edges of the burnt pages, Mr. Naruhodo? I think that's a sure sign the damage occurred relatively recently. Yes, a book damaged in a recent fire. That definitely rings a bell. Oh yeah, present.
Got it!
I would ask the court to observe the back of the book in question. The back? What are you? Good!
gracious! It's been burnt to a crisp.
So we have to ask ourselves, why was the victim clutching what is clearly an unreadable book? It is undeniably an extremely unnatural thing for her to have been doing.
Objection!
Unnatural, you say? And what of it, my Nipponese friend? Oh. We're friends now? Oh, I didn't know that. Were I to concede the point, if it bears no relation to the case, there is nothing to discuss. So should you wish to assert that this fire damage is some veiled clue as to what happened that day, pray, do enlighten us all. What truth does this charred book hide? Charred book. Wait, maybe there was an explosion, and she found the book, picked it up, and then a knife happened. There's just one possibility here, which I can't quite bring myself to rule out. If it's an outside chance, certainly, but worth a try. All right, I'll explain my theory. Don't keep us waiting any longer then, counsel. Explain this theory of yours. What are you suggesting that you can ascertain from the fire damage this sorry tome has suffered? The shop that sold it, its owner. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember. Owner? Oh, I think that's right. My lord, the burn on the back of this book reveals a startling truth about the book's owner. I beg your pardon? But we already know who the book belongs to. The victim was gripping it as her hand as she fell to the floor. After all, it's obviously hers. The question of how this book came to be in the victim's hand has yet to be answered. However, as to the question of who the book really belongs to and where it originated, the defense has very credible answers. Do I? Good gracious, how can you possibly? Very well, I'll play along with this futile attempt to delay your inevitable demise. But do remember, the members of the jury may well burn you if your little gamble goes awry. Counsel, the defense's response here is very likely to influence the final outcome of this trial. So tell the court, who do you claim is the owner of this burnt book? Fuck! Fuck! I think it's... Is it Garadeb? I don't remember anything from what he told me. But I think there was a fire. There was an explosion! It is John Garadeb! There was a fucking explosion in his place! I remember! I don't know what caused it, but I remember there was an explosion. The answer is that the book belongs to the couple who own the house where the defendant has his lodgings. A certain Mr. and Ms. Garadeb. The landlords? And whether this is some extraordinary coincidence or some kind of fate at work, I don't know, but... Of all the people in London, one of the 6 chosen for the jury duty in this courtroom today is none other than Miss Garadeb herself. Oh, my goodness me. I think you must be mistaken, sir. I'm not Mr. Garadeb's wife. I'm his maid. Things would be so much easier if you would just drop the pretense. All right, then how about a simple question for you? Have you ever seen this book in Mr. Garadeb's house? I would never presume to know all the books he keeps, sir.
Objection!
Shut up! This is outlandish behavior. This woman is the accused's landlady, you say? You implicate this hard-working member of the public. You besmirch her without a shred of evidence. Your actions are unforgivable.
Objection!
Shut up. This is not mere conjecture. The defense happens to know that on the day in question,
At almost exactly the same time as the victim was stabbed on the pavement below, another incident was taking place in the room on the top floor of Mr. and Miss Garadeb's house. They were having marital relations. Oh, no! It's like, oh, everybody clear out. He can't deal with this right now. Good Lord, what sort of incident, counsel? Oh. A fire, my lord. Yeah, okay, yeah, because yes, it was covered up. That's why that bookshelf, that shelf has that screen in front of it.
Because there was a fire that happened.
Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see the bally thing. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. Yeah. The Lion's Pride. Yeah, that book. The book. The book in question. By Jove, the very same title that's the subject of this debate. Oh, dear me.
Objection!
There's no way that it can't. That's just too much of a coincidence.
This is risible. All you've told the court is that a book by the same name was involved in a fire, in which case it would be reasonable to assume that it was burnt to ashes. And entirely unreasonable to infer that it magically removed itself to the scene of the crime. Perhaps it would make more sense if I told you that the cause of the fire was marital discord. Without going into details, it appears that Ms. Garadeb was considerably enraged. Apparently, she continued to attack Mr. Garadeb even amid the flames. Oh, how awful! I can't even imagine being so horrid to the one you love. Can you, Broly? Absolutely not, sir. My Patricia would never raise a finger against me, sir. That's...
We need to have a talk. You guys need to go see a therapist. Everybody in this town needs to see a therapist.
Yep. Had all my favorite old novels in that case, but as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. And the wife started hurling things at me. Like a book, maybe out of open window. There I was, backed up against the window under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming 10 to the dozen.
Yeah, so oh my fucking god, really? That.
I'm glad that I remembered that there was a fire, because I was like, I don't know, how could that have happened? The man had his back up against a window and he had burning books thrown at him? Goodness gracious, are you suggesting that the book was thrown through a window and landed coincidentally at the scene of the crime?
Objection!
No! Thorough investigation of the surrounding area was conducted the very evening of the incident, and there's no report of the Garadeb's window pane being broken. That's quite true. We also saw no sign of broken glass when we visited the Garadeb household. But is it not conceivable that the window was open at the time and not even remotely? Let us not forget that the season and the chilling weather that accompanies it. Yeah, but you know what? If there is a fucking fire in your house, I think you're gonna open a goddamn window. No Londoner would ever leave a window open in the middle of winter. Ah, no, but if there was a fire. Does the defense postulate this scenario in all seriousness, counsel? Do you earnestly believe that the book found at the scene was a flaming projectile thrown by Mr. Garadeb's wife? I believe it's a possibility, my lord. God damn it. Sorry, I had another... Don't you send me a friend request and have I'm a graphic designer in your Discord fucking bio. Because I know you're immediately going to be like, can I show you my portfolio? And I'm going to be like, fucking go away. Busy as shit. Especially if your portfolio is a bunch of AI-generated bullshit like everybody else's. Well, I hope that everyone can see you for what you are now, you little foreign trickster. My God, they're so racist. You call yourself a lawyer, but you're just a coward. A mean coward. Really? Claiming our little tips set the whole neighborhood alight, honestly. Implying that I'm merely posing as a maid for appearance's sake. How could you? It's nothing to do with this beastly case, not any of it. All you've done is sully our family's name. No, I assure you that was never my intention. Dragging an upstanding citizen's name through the mud simply to divert attention from your failing defense. I should box your ears. That's what I should do. It's utterly unforgivable. Hey, so you just admitted you're the wife. Too right. Here we go. How long have we sat here listening to this Nipponese spouting his fancy foreign theories? Jesus fucking Christ. But think about it. At the end of the day, the only person who could possibly have stabbed the victim is that little hunchback with a mustache. And he ran away from the scene, too. I do declare you're right. It's true. Wow, you were so logical before. Yes, what did I tell you? Makes sense to me. Huh? Well, I'm sorry. What's that? Well, it would appear that the ladies and gentlemen of the jury are once again in full agreement. What is your position, Lord Van Zeeks? I'm gonna pour myself another glass of wine. In truth, my lord, I feel these have been unnecessarily protracted proceedings. But then, one must always exercise patience in order to savor the best vintage. Shut up! No, wait! What? That's stupid! The mystery of the fourth book still— Oh, he did it! Oh, Beth, he did it! Oh, the leg! The leg is up! You know he's serious when the leg is on the table! If books are your predilection, my learned friend, study them on your own time. Sir, it's illegal to put your leg up there. What? What? No forgive the discourtesy this time? No, he wants the discourtesy. He's given you all the discourtesy. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will now state your individual decisions regarding the defendant's culpability for the court to hear.
Guilty!
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty!
Guilty.
Guilty. Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
That's what he sounds like? I thought he'd be a rough and tumble bro. Oh, God. Come on. All it took is one leg. Thank you for that unambiguous response. Yeah, that's twice now. It's over. Mr. Naruhodo, don't give up. I know it looks really bad. They all suck and they're stupid as shit, but we can do this. Miss Susato? Have you forgotten? The battle isn't over yet. You're not suggesting? Of course, the defense has the right to another summation examination at this point. You could still convince the jurors to change their minds. You have one more chance. My lord, the defense asked to exercise its right to a summation examination. You believe you still have tricks up your sleeve. I don't intend to trick anybody. I intend to uncover the truth. This is no time to be downcast. As long as there's a chance, I have to stay strong and determined. Examine his boot. Oh no. To be I know. Oh my God, that was all I part fucking one try. God damn it. Oh. Ah! Okay, so I'm gonna. That's one recording down. Holy shit! It's oh God. This takes so much energy out of me because it's just there's so much. Perfect time for you to go have a shower. Exactly, yeah. Go clean off. I'm gonna stretch and go pee and probably get a small snack. I don't need another sandwich at this point, but I'm gonna grab something to munch on and then. You know what? We'll go ahead and knock out trial part 2. So let me stop the recording.